Sometimes dead is better.
Frights, camera, action. Welcome to Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the podcast. It is I, Nate, and with me, as always, heads up, Charlie.
It's me, not Crypt Keeper.
And it is your birthday pick this
It's my birthday.
words. I could use them. It's because Pete isn't here. It's really throwing me off.
I know, no Pete tonight.
No Pete. It's
But he's
strange.
He's got to be here for the next one, so
Yep,
I was
but he
willing to.
dipped out on your birthday. Says a lot. Says a lot about you, Charlie.
I know who my friends are. I know who my loyal friends are, and that's totally fine. But yes, it's my birthday. This one is actually, as you're hearing it, my birthday was yesterday, technically. So, yeah,
Everyone go wish Charlie a happy birthday on Instagram and on Facebook.
that's right. Happy birthdays to me, all of
Yeah.
them. So yeah, this is my horror pick.
Yeah, we did Masters of the Universe. And
did.
then you have been talking about doing Demon Knight for like well over a year now.
Oh, easily. This was also on my list when we talked about doing a horror show.
It is. And you know what's funny? Silly me thought this was Bordello of Blood. I have never seen this movie before.
You've never seen Demon Knight before?
I don't know how, but it's never came across.
It's no wonder you hate Billy Zane so much. You've never had the Night of Demons to renew your faith in Billy Zane.
This is true, which, 2023 was the year that the blood feud with Mr. Zane has officially been buried.
Good. As it should have been. It should have never happened.
It should have been. I still think it should have happened. And now all eyes are locked onto Jai Courtney.
Yep.
But, I thought the whole time this was Bordello of Blood, which I remember not really liking. I always remember that being shown on Comedy Central just because it has that one comedian that I can't stand. Was it
Dennis Miller?
Yeah, I've never thought that guy was funny at all.
So, that one's not well received, but
Vampires too, isn't it? If I remember right.
Vampires, Corey Feldman.
Is he? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he plays the younger brother of the girl from Under Siege, who is the news. She's running, not the news, but she's running the behind the scenes of the tent, the church tent, or whatever was going on, because they had the revival thing with the crosses and the lasers. And apparently you haven't watched that movie in a long time either, huh?
No, I've had no desire to even go back to that one, but I am glad that we decided to do this one, or that you have forced this one upon me.
Call it what you will, man. It's my birthday. I get to pick. So,
Clockwork Orange made my eyes stay open the whole time with that device.
I don't think I should have had to force you to watch this.
Yeah, it was because of the Billy Zane.
Yeah, but Billy Zane
the blood feud's over, so I can't. I gotta. You know what? That's the last insult. That's the last jab at him in 2023.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that because there's a lot to talk about with Billy Zane in this movie.
There really is. Cowboy hat wearing Billy Zane.
Oh God, I love this. So, well, I tell you what, man. Before we jump right into it, let's hit the trailer. I love this trailer. It's probably one of my favorites. So let's hit this trailer, man. And for the keen listener, there's a callback in this trailer for us.
I'm curious what this callback is.
Universal Pictures is proud to present the motion picture directing debut of one of America's most talented and respected artists.
Cut! Cut! Oh, hello, kiddies. So glad you could join me. Your pal, the Crypt Keeper, has gone Hollywood in a big way. I'm directing my first feature film. Care for a little shriek preview? For my big screen premiere, I wanted lots of suspense. Special effects. Sex. Violence. The kind of thing you could really sink your teeth into. Frights! Camera! Hacktion! It's about a chase through the ages. A race against time. The war between good and evil.
Come on, everybody, it's time to play.
And the final battle between man
I'm sorry.
and demon.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I lied.
It stars Billy Zane from Dead Calm, William Sadler from Die Hard 2, and Jada Pinkett from Menace to Society. Ooh, I love those titles. And you'll love Demon Knight.
The demons are here!
And ladies, if you think Demon Knight is too gross and yucky,
Whoa!
thank you.
Did you catch it, Nate?
Is it William Sadler being in from Die Hard 2? But
Yeah.
but this movie doesn't have William Sadler butt.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no William
there's
Sadler
a real
butt.
lack of Sadler butt in this one.
There is a lack of Sadler butt, but they do make up for it in this movie with other things.
Just badass Sadler and Fire Demon Crotch.
Fire crotch demon. Yeah, a lot of innuendos, a lot of not so subtle innuendos.
Oh, this is prime real estate for every like 15-year-old boy.
Okay, well, that means it's story time with Charlie.
Yes, because you're gonna have story time. My story time's a little different, so I'm curious what yours is.
Well, you just watched it, so how do you even have a story?
Still have a story time. Let me have my story time.
Well, okay, you tell me your story first then.
Oh no, I want your story because like mine's a downer.
Well, if you want to really let me amp everyone up and then you down it, or do we let you down it and I bring everyone up?
Yeah, let me down it. Let me bring the mood down, and then you bring the mood up.
That's a better play.
I do gotta start by saying I do really enjoy this movie. I had a blast with it.
I would really hope so.
Yes, like it would have been blasphemy to be upset about an ooey gooey movie where demons' heads are getting blown off and green blood is going all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I was having a really, really bad day when I was trying to watch this, and it was like my only chance to watch it, right?
Uh-huh.
So I had like a full-on meltdown right before putting it on, where it's just like, wow, this is it. Like, this is really, really bad. I am not doing good. Put the movie on, and man, am I glad that I watched this movie that night, because it was just that right moment, that right amount of fun, you know? Still some sluggish, slow parts that I'll talk about later. But for the most part, I was like, this was awesome. How has this been missing in my life for so long, you know?
Yeah.
Like just completely. And then like looking it up, and it's from the guy that, did Surviving the Game, which is a great, humans hunting humans movie that we will cover eventually in our humans hunting humans theme that we only done once.
We're going to have a whole month of humans hunting humans.
I don't know how many of those there are. I think we talked about it on Hard Target.
Yeah.
I think we only came up with like 3 titles.
There's some.
There's probably more.
We could find some.
But like, this took me back to when I have not watched Tales from the Crypt in forever.
Oh my god.
Like just so long, and it got me thinking too of like, how cool would it be if we were to do like another live stream of like, we cover like 2 or 3 episodes of Tales from the Crypt,
Oh, I'm totally down, man.
I think it had like 7 seasons. Like it had a pretty long run, but this was a show that scared me as a kid because the Crypt Keeper.
So yeah, I am a Tales from the Crypt basically like super fan. Love
When you
Tales from the
think
Crypt.
of the 90s and you think of like those Fangoria magazines, the next thing that you think of is Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah, you're
And
talking
so,
about the heartbeat of horror, man. That was it.
And it's so crazy to know that like we live in a world now where like there's just no new Tales from the Crypt. It seems bizarre that like we don't even have like a really like go-to horror show that's an anthology. Most of our horror shows now are like limited series stuff that's on Netflix,
Well, you get that, or we have like Joe Bob who just highlights movies, stuff like that. But you're right, we don't have a storytelling show.
Like, there's nothing for this new generation compared to like what we had in the '90s or before that with Twilight Zone. Like,
I
it's
can't
just-
I
it's
can't believe
interesting.
Shudder hasn't jumped on something.
Well,
Tales from the Crypt.
all right. Well, that is true. We do have Creep Show, and I have not really given that a fair shot. That
I
all right,
I
that's
haven't
on
even
me.
started it.
I
Yeah.
forgot. I watched like one. It didn't really click, but maybe it was just the episode I picked.
To me, Creep Show was the GoBots to Tales from the Crypt Transformers. You know what I mean?
Which is
like
interesting because it came first.
Tales from the Crypt just worked. I think they were on HBO. They got like grade A actors and actresses to show up as guests on episodes. Matter of fact, William Sadler, that's in this movie, is in the very first Tales from the Crypt episode.
Is he really?
Yeah, he plays the Grim Reaper. Go figure. He plays
Oh,
Death.
of course.
Yeah, he's Death in that. Apparently, the man's really good at what he does.
Hey, he plays a good Grim Reaper.
That's it, man. But no, I have grown up with you saying that now actually reminds me that my history with Tales from the Crypt goes back a little further than my story. I remember when HBO would play this, and we would get like the free things of HBO once in a while.
Yeah, you get that weekend where you pretty much had to like really, hone in on what you wanted to watch.
You had to hone in on it. And I will never forget this. And I wish I could remember the actual episode, but I remember everything leading up to it. It was a Saturday night. It didn't usually come on till I want to say like 11, if not a little bit later. I want to say it's like 11 o'clock on HBO. So I was already in bed, and I remember my dad coming in, waking me up. Mom was already in bed, and he's like, "Come on." And I'm half asleep, like, "Oh, what's going on?" I'm like 14, if that, maybe 15, somewhere. And he sets me down on the couch, and he turns it on HBO, and I watched my first ever episode of Tales from the Crypt with my dad. He woke me up to watch this, and I was hooked from there. They had a cartoon on Saturday mornings. They had, the kid-friendly Tales from the Crypt stuff.
I definitely remember the cartoon. Like,
Yep.
It had some really cool animation styles to it.
Oh, it was a fantastic, show. So fast forward till this movie came out on VHS. It was a new release. It was a Friday night, which is dude night, and Mom and Sarah were dude night. So Mom and Sarah was gone. The difference in this one was I had my best friend Josh spending the night with us. So, Dad was fine. He's like, whatever, kid eats pizza. We'll go rent movies. So Josh and I go to the new release thing, and we grab Demon Night. Hand it to Dad because it is R-rated and horror, but it was Tales from the Crypt. So Dad looks at it, looks at the back, and goes, "Yeah, okay." We're ecstatic. We're excited as two teenage kids could be. Josh is like 2.5 years younger than me. So, I was maybe 15. I forget. When did this movie even come out? Is it 95? So I would have been 16. Josh would have been right around 14. So we go back. Dad makes our pizzas. We pop this bad boy in. And as you saw in like the first, 30, 45 seconds, there's boobs.
Yeah, there is.
And
right out the gate.
Dad was always really fast with the things because he would pre-watch movies. He didn't pre-watch this one
this time.
So he was kind of like, all right, this has to be just real quick. It'll be fine. So it did. Josh is glued to the television. We both are, but whatever. Okay. The teenage boys saw boobs. Then we get into the killing and the demons, and Dad's like, this is awesome. We're all in. And it gets to the Uncle Willie at the bar scene with all of the topless girls dancing. And you couldn't have pried Josh away from that TV screen with a
He's like,
crowbar.
I'm going to take this TV behind the bushes.
Dad is over there shaking his head, and all I hear is, "You two better not say shit. I don't care.
Don't tell your mom. She cannot know.
No, you do not tell your mom.
First thing Saturday morning, we'll go get breakfast.
It's it. Yeah,
I will. I'll buy you off with bacon."
Basically, I think it was Mortal Kombat action figures, actually, the G.I. Joe version ones.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, so we had it was like Kmart, but we had one called Magic Mart, and we could get them. Anyway, but yeah, like to this day, Dad remembers this whole thing. He goes, "Man, that time I let Josh watch boobs dancing all over the TV." He's like 14 years old.
Now, this is like if you're 14, you do find this movie, you're like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever.
Oh yeah, so as soon as you said, this movie was made for a 15-year-old, you're 100% right.
And it's funny, like you see the interviews with the two main guys that wrote this movie, like because it was, not meant to be a Tales from the Crypt movie. It was before Tales from the Crypt was even.
It was an action horror movie,
and like it's just these two nerds that are they're us, just two guys that decide they want to write a kick-ass, Western horror movie with demons.
Yep. This thing was the first treatment was 1984 for Demon Night.
Is crazy to me because as I'm watching it, I was definitely getting, I don't know how to say this without it sounding insulting, but like a lesser version than From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, no, it's not insulting.
But it doesn't have that Robert Rodriguez. Let's put it like that,
Right.
Nothing against Ernest as a director. It's just there's a certain flair that Robert Rodriguez brings to, his movies. And
well, I mean, they wanted Dusk Till Dawn to be part of the trilogy.
Is in finding out that From Dusk Till Dawn was supposed to be a part of Tales from the Crypt.
Yep.
Like, so this fits perfectly in that like subgenre, of just
think about it,
nerdy, fun horror movie.
From Dusk Till Dawn is very much a Tales from the Crypt story.
Oh,
Tales
definitely
from the Crypt. For those that maybe don't watch it or haven't watched it in a long time, Tales from the Crypt always had this story of comeuppance. Like there was a lesson to be learned and had at the end of a movie.
Yeah, usually like someone got it. Like, the dickhead got it at the end.
And it's not always happy endings. So the Dusk Till Dawn, the girl survives, but her whole family's dead. George Clooney survives, but they just went through a ton of shit. It's add a little bit more humor to it, which is easily done in that movie, I feel.
Which is crazy to me because From Dusk Till Dawn was 96. So both these movies were right there,
They were, Tarantino wanted too much money. They were actually in talks. And for those that also don't know, there was a planned trilogy. Bordello of Blood was not part of that planned trilogy. There was supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt movie that went down to New Orleans. It was, I can't remember the name of it. There's actually a quick, not a trailer, but a stinger for it at the end of Tales from the Crypt Demon Night. If you watch all the way through the trailer, Crypt Keeper comes back on and he talks to you about the next movie. That never happens. So that's why another good reason why it's not wise to do that till you already know production has started.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that movie never happened. And then I only learned like a few years ago that there is a third Tales from the Crypt movie, but it's not really billed as that, and it's called Ritual.
It looks pretty bad.
It does, and I've never watched it. Even it has the guy that played it, I cannot think of his name.
Tim Curry?
Tim Curry. It has Tim Curry in it. But they said that when they added the Crypt Keeper, they did it with such low quality. It looks like you took VHS copies, like a copy of a copy, and spliced it into the beginning and the end of Ritual.
Ooh,
and I was like, well, that's kind of sucks.
Bummer. That's a huge bummer. I mean,
yeah.
One of the things that blew me away too with this, it's like obviously you get William Sadler and Billy Zane. Billy Zane steals the show. There's an
this is the Billy Zane movie, dude. Period.
But then you also have Thomas Hayden Church in a very early role.
I love that dude, man.
Which is amazing to me. Like
Lloyd from Wings, dude. I've known him since Wings, man, and I've been a fan of him forever. Like, I mean, I love him as Sandman, in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. To this day, if you hate Spider-Man 3, I don't care. You still need to watch it because of Thomas Hayden Church.
He's the best part of Spider-Man 3.
Him playing the Sandman was perfection.
So much like heartbreaking stuff with him in that movie.
I was so happy they brought him in for the Homecoming
and
movie.
Even Jada Pinkett Smith, like, Even though as a person, I think she's garbage.
Yeah.
But she's pretty awesome in this movie.
She is awesome in this movie. She's definitely not what you expect. This cast is stacked, dude. Like Dick Miller's in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That is like horror royalty in this movie. And I mean, I adore it.
And
Also,
everyone seemed to be just delighted that they got to work with Dick Miller.
Well, most of those guys grew up watching Dick Miller in things.
Yeah.
You know, so, and you know, you're in for maybe even a cult kind of movie if you're casting a movie with Dick Miller. Because most of his movies have turned into like a cult following.
Oh yeah, definitely, without doubt.
There is another tie-in to our show in an actress in this movie. And it's also funny because I about fell out of my chair when I watched the making of, which I don't know if you caught. So the lady that plays Cordelia, Brenda Bach, Bakke. I don't know how you say her last name.
I don't know how you pronounce that last name.
Anyway, she's in Under Siege 2. She is one of the people that's controlling the satellite at the beginning that gets on the train with the other guy.
A very long time since I've watched Under Siege 2.
She and the other dude are canoodling and shouldn't be canoodling. They're like the whole target to get the passcode to the satellite.
Oh, crap. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah. I don't know why that was the one that made me go ding, ding, ding. But you know what? It's probably because I was a little kid when I watched it. Went, oh, cool.
Yeah. But so I was watching the movie going, oh, shit, that's right. I know her. I know where she's from. So I got done watching the movie and I was like, I got time. I just went ahead and started watching the making of. Did you see what they named the making of Demon Knight?
I did, and now I'm drawing a blank on it. I cannot remember for the life of me. Under Siege. That's what they called it.
Under Siege.
Yeah.
They called the making of Demon Knight Under Siege.
Which,
so I already had that in my head.
I was like, I don't know why this is happening.
No, it's totally out of nowhere. I don't understand the concept, why they called it Under Siege. Like they had some issues like filming, but not to what I would call Under Siege. But I had her in my brain freshly talking about Under Siege 2 to myself. And then Under Siege pops up and I'm like, holy shit, Steven Seagal's going to make an appearance. Hey guys, I took out so many demons. If you shoot out their eyes.
Yeah, I'm the only one that can actually fight demons.
That's right. I am a demon slayer.
I am a disciple of Christ.
Billy Zane's got nothing on me, guys.
William Sadler, he would have never even took down that plane in Die Hard 2.
Absolutely no chance. I would have just took him out in like one or two moves. It would have been my butt in Die Hard 2 that you would have been staring at, not William Sadler.
I would have put my hand on his wrist and elbow, and I would have flipped him.
End of movie. Roll credits. But I don't know. It was just funny seeing that, man. I was like, this is so wild. And I have one more for you. And this isn't a throwback, but I don't think you know this, and I didn't know this till yesterday. As of recording this, January 12th, the movie came out January 13th.
So I did find that out. And thought
Did you find that out?
Damn, we should record this tomorrow.
And the day it released was a Friday the 13th. They did it on purpose.
Yeah, that way they could capitalize on the spooky thing.
Yep. So, and tomorrow, as of us recording, is Friday the 13th on January. I was like, this is...
Sadly, we did not
plan
give anyone
this.
A Friday the 13th movie this year like we did last year. Mainly because we didn't know it was Friday the 13th till like Monday.
Yeah, I sent Nate a message going...
Not like I don't really look at calendars ever. And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, huh.
There is one in October, and I have that wrote down. So
yes, we have that written down. Something
we're going to try to do something, maybe a live stream or something on that.
We could always do Saturday the 14th.
We could, but we won't.
We won't, because it just now hit me that it would be Saturday the 14th as it, escaped my mouth.
Yeah. So no, I thought it was kind of fun because it always seems like we pick these movies out of the ether. We don't like go through going,
this got picked like 2 months ago.
Yeah. So, and then you start doing research and you're like, holy shit, man. Like really, we're like on the pulse of things sometimes, or we're just extremely lucky. I don't know which.
It's just something in the wind of the universe and how it blows.
It is. But anyway, that's my backstory to Demon Knight.
I'm jealous you got to see it that way. Like, I got to see it as a 34-year-old man wishing he was still 14 right now. Like, God, it was so much fun. Just instantly when the movies start out with a car chase and Billy Zane's wearing the cowboy hat and they're in the desert, I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah,
Like-
isn't it Nine Inch Nails playing?
Was it Nine Inch Nails or Butthole Surfers?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. That's a very
But
good question.
It's got a badass
Yeah, it's just
soundtrack.
one of those things where it's just like, all right, cool. This like sets the stage for what the movie's going to become, you know?
Oh, I
And
adore
The
it.
fact that we get like a 6-shooter, a shotgun, blood in a vial that keeps demons away.
Yeah, I like the buildup of they don't like info dump you in this movie. They slowly fill you in on like the
Travels itself.
backstory. And I like it, you know, because that means you're just along for the ride. You're like, what is going on? What is this stuff he's pouring out to make these barriers on the
You
doorways?
don't know who the Demon Knight technically is, you know? It's
Right.
just like, is
Yeah,
it supposed to be Billy Zane or is it supposed to be William Sadler? Like, what is Billy Zane's in game here? And
What is Billy Zane's name? I mean,
Yeah.
you never find out his name till like
He's
the
the
credits
collector.
roll. Yeah, he's the
You know?
collector. But
uh,
it's just one of those that this movie. So before we jump into Demon Knight, we can't not talk about the cold open that basically I feel like I could do an episode on by itself. Is the Crypt Keeper directing a movie?
oh my God, him having the
beginning of
director's
this.
chair and like the stop animation of finally seeing him like walk.
So that's not animation. That's a dude walking.
Was it really?
So that was they got a really skinny short guy dressed as the director Crypt Keeper, but he had a green mask on and they overlaid Crypt Keeper's face.
So that's
onto
why the
him.
face, because like right at the neckline, you could tell it's like something looks weird.
It was like
here.
floating.
Yeah. But it's
So-
also like, well, it's 95, so I'm not going to judge it. It's whatever.
But this is the first time we see the Crypt Keeper walk for those of us that watched Tales from the
he's
Crypt. all the
always
time.
sitting.
He's always behind something very, you know, he's a puppet.
Yeah.
You know, but we always see him from a sitting position or something in front of him. So when he jumps up and runs, honestly, that's kind of shocking the first time you watch this,
Yeah.
where you're
and
just like, that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen.
just how creepy he is. Like,
Yeah. Oh, he's a Crypt Keeper. I mean, and I love this opening of it starts like a Tales from the Crypt episode. You know, girl has killed her husband, talking to the guy. This is the very comeuppance kind of thing you get.
oh, yeah, definitely.
And then the reveal that it's John Larroquette, which when I was that age, I was watching Night Court and stuff with my parents. I knew who John Larroquette was. And now I watch it again and Crypt Keeper yelling at him and going, "You'll never work in this town again, not even a bit part." And I was like, oh, that was actually a bigger burn than I realized as a kid, because John Larroquette really is like one of those bit actors. You know, that's where he shows up a
I
little
say
bit
he
here
just
and
has one of
there.
those faces where you're like, oh, that guy. you know?
Yeah, he is. Oh, that guy. He's like the prick in a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So watching it again last night, I was just reminded of how much I enjoy just the little comedy to this thing, man. And I love this cold open. It's so great. Yeah. I mean, we're doing a Tales from the Crypt show, movie, so we have to talk about that. But now we can talk about Demon Knight. I just had to drop John Larroquette's name. That's all.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I love that this movie is set in a singular location because it really
Love
puts it to where it's, what's supposed to be one person against an entire. Are they at like a hotel? That's the only thing I didn't understand. Like, what was it supposed to be they were at?
So they are at a hotel, but it was an old missionary converted into a hotel. So basically like a church. So
Because that's what I got out of it. I was like, this looks more like a church than anything else. But
yes,
maybe
so
they said something, and it was one of the parts where I just wasn't fully paying attention.
well, it
truthfully.
literally shows the outside of the building, and in a neon sign it says Missionary Hotel.
part I was not looking at.
Or motel. It might say motel.
Nate wasn't having the best time, so if there was moments he was looking at his phone.
It's okay. It's okay. This was definitely one we should have. If Pete hadn't have been so wiped out, we should have all watched Demon Knight together for sure.
Yeah, this would have been definitely a real fun one to all.
You guys would have been like laughing how much Charlie really gets into this movie. Jackie was so tired she couldn't stay up, so I'm watching it by myself, and I'm still like super animated watching this movie. It's one of my favorites, man. Like I know I've said like Christine is my favorite horror movie. Demon Knight's like number 2 or at least top 5. I have so much fun with this movie, man. A lot of nostalgia is attached to it, but it's still a damn good movie.
Oh no, because like once it gets rolling, it really does keep like upping the ante. Because once we have, Billy Zane and William Sadler get into this car chase and they crash into one another,
which is amazing.
And then the cops get called onto the scene, and Billy Zane just appears, and just him like, well, I wear a seatbelt.
Airbags,
that's what it was. It was airbags, gotta love them, and just those guys, like, oh, well, all right, well, come with us. And then him.
Did you see the other guy? Are you telling me another guy walked away from this?
Yeah,
it's just so wild.
To get the whole confrontation at the hotel, only to have Billy Zane turn a cop into a meat puppet.
That happens so fast. It is like blink of an eye, and his fist is through the sheriff's face all the way through.
Yeah,
and then shakes him around like a rag doll.
Yeah, like his arm is still attached to the face.
Yeah. No, he like uses him as a bullet shield, like a body shield.
Yeah, he's a bullet sponge.
And then punches William Sadler while the sheriff's still attached, rips the head off, and throws it at the deputy to knock the gun out of his hand. And you're just like, this all happens in like 15, not even 15 seconds.
And like now we fully understand what exactly Billy Zane is. And now it's just like, all right, let the carnage ensue.
Dude, the birth of the demons outside. Like,
oh my God.
Peter Jackson watched Demon Knight when he came up with how to film the Uruk-hai being born in Lord of the Rings. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that Peter Jackson didn't go, it'd be cool, guys. You ever see a little movie called Demon Knight? He goes, I used to do some horror movies back in my day. And what if we had them come up out of the bubbles of Earth? That'd be pretty badass. It's like really gross, Peter Jackson. No, not as gross as what they did, but it'll be up there.
As gross, but I mean, yeah, definitely. Like we'll have mud.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this whole the birth of the demons. After like we don't drop the F-bomb, otherwise I would have grabbed Billy Zane's rant, which is iconic. Here don't go dang it don't just this whole
I've had enough of this cowboy shtick.
Oh God, I love it. And then he just cuts his hand open and throws the green goo everywhere. And
it's even the prosthetics of the hand opening up, we get to see it being stretched as he's cutting it. And then all that green goo being tossed around and these demons being birthed from the earth.
It's like handfuls. It's like globs of greens. I mean, it's so gross, but it's awesome, man.
And then, all the demons are prosthetics. Like, I mean, there's no early 90s CG. Yeah, they're suit actors.
They're suit actors.
And the way their legs look, and like they even have like tails,
They had animatronic tails that were on servos and they moved. And then they were on like these high, they weren't quite high heels. I guess they kind of called them like 1 foot stilts, but they wore them like ballet dancers wear ballet shoes. So they look like hooves. Like they totally look like something you're not used to
it's
seeing.
Even more impressive because there's a shot later on where you see them actually walking upstairs. And it's like, there's no way that was easy.
No,
absolutely no way. And it's like not even a scene where like they're being prominent. They're in the background walking up the stairs, like Billy Zane's the one in focus. So it's like they didn't have to do that at all, but they still added that little depth to what these characters can pull off.
That was one of my things that I completely agreed. I think it was the girl that played Cordelia. She was talking about how detailed these demons were, that even the movie doesn't hold a candle to what they actually look like. You know, what you see on screen is not even close to how beautiful and how well done these demons were. And I mean, they got like nose rings and earrings and ponytails and like all this kind of just extra shit on them. And I every time I watch this now, I just stare at them because I've seen the movie. I don't need to really watch what's going on. I try to find things I've never seen before, and just watching those demons and how they perform and act in the background, like you said, they're not in focus, but you're
Yeah.
just trying to follow and track them. And my favorite little bits are like when they would drop down above the door frame, and it's just the head. So it's like a hand puppet, or it would pop around the corner, and it was just it tickles me every time I see those scenes,
And
man.
what
I
blows
love
my
them.
mind is there was a moment where demons weren't even going to be in the movie.
That
You
I
know,
don't.
like, can you
This is
imagine making a movie called Demon Night and be like, nah, no demons. Nah, we don't need that.
I don't understand studio thought sometimes. So that was also talked about. So Nate and I both watched the behind the scenes. So I was like, yeah, that's stupid. But then I did remember a movie that I absolutely love and I want to cover on the show, which is Legion with Paul Bettany.
Oh, I hated Legion.
What?
Yeah, I really dislike Legion.
I adore that movie.
I thought Priest was a way better movie.
No, I like Priest, but Legion is amazing.
Oh, God. Are we going to have to cover Legion?
Yes, we are.
I've only seen it once, but I remember just being like, what the hell just happened? Like, that's, oh, God, we're going to have to cover Legion. I'm realizing this because I'm going to have to revisit it just to see if I gave it a proper chance. Damn
I don't
it,
think you did.
2023.
I don't think you did. You better not start a blood feud with Paul Bettany, though. I would pissed.
I would never do such a thing.
I love Paul Bettany.
We all love Paul Bettany. Now, Dennis Quaid, on the other hand, you son of a bitch, I might be coming for you in 2024. I don't know yet.
But anyway, what I was thinking of was I did remember that the possession of the demons, which you find are angels actually, were the people, but they did the dark eyes, which is what they talked about doing in Demon Night. And I'm just like, I see what they're trying to do, but I also look at it as they were really just trying to save money when they talked about that. But there's no way Demon Night would have ever held up as long as it has had they gone that route.
It wouldn't have even felt like Tales from the Crypt at that point.
I'll know. Honestly, I probably would have been one of the people that would have been like, pull it. We're not going to put Tales from the Crypt's name on this.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that movie, just release it standalone.
Yeah.
Because from what I understand, like the producers of Tales from the Crypt had a lot of say in how it went. Like they adjusted the script to make it more fitting. They fired the 2 script writers. You did see that part, right?
Yes, which cracks me up.
They're still in the documentary.
Still in the
but
documentary.
They got fired.
Jada Pinkett Smith's, stubborn ass is too good to be in the documentary. Because this is probably beneath her now.
She was almost too good for the movie. You heard how she was like, she had that short blonde hair, which is iconic now in the movie. That's not how they hired her. So it was like, we're going to have to like either color your hair or put a wig on you. And she's like, no, you're not.
Which I admire. I'm like, that's awesome. She made the right call.
I ultimately, but
to find out that like after every time that a scene was over with her in it, she would just like walk off and not interact with anyone. It's like, you're as worse as I think you are. Like,
yeah. Thankfully, it doesn't come across in the movie at all. No. So I'm happy about that.
But I do have another funny story to give.
Go for it.
I didn't know CCH Pounder was a real person.
Really?
No. All right. Because of me being a big Always Sunny in Philadelphia fan, there is an episode where Dennis does a CCH Pounder impression. I thought he was just doing, a bit, a character. And then, like, I'm seeing that name on the screen. I'm like, why does this sound so familiar? And I start, like, digging around the internet. I'm like, oh, my God, that's that Dennis Reynolds bit. And then he does. I mean, he nails a CCH Pounder. He really does. I kind of want, like, an overlay of him being CCH Pounder in Demon Night just to see if it works.
See, that would be funny. That would be. They had to put her in a fat suit because of the arm gag, which I
Yeah.
thought was kind of wild because she doesn't look anything like she does in this
No,
movie.
they had to purposely make her like look older, and she's fantastic in this movie. Like she's so awesome.
I love her to death in this, man. I
Apparently,
mean,
she's been in other stuff I've seen. I just never realized it.
she plays like smaller bit roles and stuff like that. Like I think she was in Avatar. She was in RoboCop 3. I do remember that.
Yeah,
That-
I definitely don't.
Unfortunately, I remember RoboCop 3.
Man,
That's
that
the,
sucks that you got to remember RoboCop 3. And I never watched The Shield. That's the other thing.
yeah.
You know?
Well, we all like Michael. Is it Michael Chiklis? That's the guy that's in there, right?
Yeah, fake Bruce Willis, fake Die Hard.
Fake Die Hard.
I mean, you
That's
can't tell
mean.
me you've never looked at Michael Chiklis and went, that guy's just trying to be Die Hard.
I look at him now and I go, well, it's just a thing. That's I can't look at him any other
I
way
look
now.
at him and just look at a guy that thinks he's John McClane.
He's been grim to me, dude. That's how it'll always be. But yeah, I mean, to go back, I know we're everywhere right now, but that how this movie just steps on the gas pedal for
When
me.
the demon siege happens and he's got that vial of blood and starts pouring it out, and you do get 90 CG, which I absolutely adore with this.
It
'Cause
works.
it's creating a barricade, and the way these demons go through, and the one that like pushes through completely and splatters. Oh, I love a good splatter.
It explodes. I love it. God, man, it's just watching these things of like how do we explain the rules without telling you the rules?
That's what I like about it. It's like it starts to establish rules,
Yeah.
but not ham feeding it to you. And then like it tells you, like William Sadler lets you know you got to shoot him in the eyes. It's a demon thing,
Right, because they shoot him in the head the first time, and you're like, whoa, they're not zombies. So normally as horror movie watchers, we're like, okay, do you shoot him in the head? How do you kill a demon? Well, we need crucifixes. We need something. No, you shoot them in the eyes, and then they explode with lightning that is just as deadly. So you got to try to not get hit by the lightning when their head explodes.
Yeah, and when we get like the shotgun blast to one demon's head and like its eyes literally fall to the ground, it's like, oh, now you have to shoot those. Like it's just more goo.
I love the practical effects in this movie, man. I am telling you, the practical effects they will live forever because of how well they're done in this. The Cordelia character, and then the other, what was the kid's name? Like
I
Danny.
want to say Bob.
I think no, he wasn't as annoying as Bob. I think it's Danny.
I was in the demon's house and they started to attack me. Hey, Ann, I think you gotta shoot them in the eyes.
Danny definitely wasn't that annoying in this.
Bob voice really like destroys the throat.
Yeah, so don't do it again. But where they did like the actual like disfigurement of their faces, almost like a very Thing John Carpenter kind of esque look to the demons, like with the jaws.
I was gonna say it's
off.
the over exaggerated facial features.
Yeah, like they're not melting, but they go out, and then the Cordelia creature turns to run because it has the ring and the shotgun blast that knocks her eyes out, and they fall on the ground. That's probably one of my favorite demon kills in this movie. And then they shoot the eyes and it explodes.
Even she gets like a meat puppet, like
yeah,
that you get a lot of body carnage in this movie, and then like CCH Pounder's arm getting completely torn off, and the way that it's torn off, like
it's like broken and then ripped off of her body.
Like, it's so brutal.
And it's you think, okay, they punch through a dude's head. That's the level we're at. And I feel like this movie just keeps going and going and going with the level of carnage that they're willing to wage on everyone in this movie. Like Dick Miller's head gets cut off, which is amazing. And honestly, the animatronic Dick Miller head looked pretty damn good.
No, it looked awesome. I mean, this was done by the Todd Masters like FX studio.
Yeah.
And like, if you look them up, they've done quite a bit in the world of, horror and movies. So
Oh yeah. But yeah, I love that. Well, dude, I think it's about that time because we've gushed about sci-fi and everything and kind of talked about the movie. But I think it's time we go ahead and hit our commercial break. What do you think?
Oh, sure. Why not?
All right, let's do it.
Play the trailers.
Go away, Bob.
Yeah!
Don't make me get Steven Seagal.
We'll be
Bob
back
versus Steven
following
Seagal.
these messages.
Do you like horror movies?
Do you like hanging out with your buddy?
Do you like cracking jokes and having a good time?
Do you just like fun?
Well, consider checking out Spoils of Horror. We are an hour-long podcast that comes out every single week.
We're not doing reviews. We're just going to hang out, talk about the movies we love with each other, and hopefully the ones you love too.
Covering everything from the popular, the lost, the forgotten, and the bizarre.
If you're looking for a good podcast and a good time, you're going to want to check us out.
We're on all major podcasting platforms, and you can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
Check it out. We'll see you there.
Well, kiddies, I'm afraid our designer hanger offer has expired. Would somebody please get Mr. De La Renta out of here? Next up on the Home Chopping Network, it's time for the Crypt Keeper's Fashion Boutique. Today we're featuring my full line of Après-Vie death care products. We've got everything from face scream to mascara. Try some. It's the best thing you can do for demise. We come now to one of my favorite items, the amazing Crypt Keeper Slash-O-Matic. It's more than just a knife. It peels, it cuts, makes fabulous French fries. It slices, it dices, it... Ooh.
Hello! Welcome to 100 Horrors, a comedy podcast that seeks to rank the best 100 horror films of all time, as dictated to us by a poster that one of us owns.
Every week, we bicker over another film in an attempt to give it an overall scare factor and secure its place in the 100 Horrors list.
With features such as... But at least I won't die like that. And...
What would you say to them at the funeral?
we take a light-hearted approach to horror cinema so that it can be enjoyed by even the most squeamish of listeners.
So whether you're the person who's never seen a horror film in their life or the person who has a tattoo of Leatherface on the right arse cheek, there's something to be enjoyed in every episode of 100 Horrors.
Welcome back.
Of course, I had to put some Crypt Keeper commercials on there, man.
It just makes sense to have him there, you know?
Well, when I started Googling stuff like, Tales from the Crypt, and because what I was trying to find was the cartoon commercial, but all it was like, we'll be right back with Crypt, all that kind of stuff. I was like, that's not cool. And then I found Crypt Keeper Home Shopping Network, and I was like, yep, sold.
It sucks too, because in a world of streaming, like, I don't think Tales from the Crypt is streaming anywhere at the moment, not even on Tubi.
No, it's not. I think,
and it's like that was an HBO production, but because of HBO and is it Discovery? Is that the other one, or whoever the hell else? Warner Brothers. That's what
Warner
it is.
Brothers.
That whole bullshit that they got going on right now. It's like, who knows when it could become available? There's probably licensing issues out the ass at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think you can find most of the episodes like on YouTube and stuff like that, and I think you can get the DVD still. But yeah, it's one of those. I wish I still had. I wish I had them. I wish I'd have dropped the money and bought them. Cross my fingers, HBO figures it out, gets them streaming.
Obviously, you and I are big components of like physical media, but it's one of those like. Convenience does rule sometimes.
We've said it many times. If it's streaming, I don't go to my collection and grab it to watch. I will push the button.
It's just one of those like, all right, cool.
The collection is so that I own it. You know what I mean? Like, even if I buy a digital copy, that's still on a server that someone is putting out there. So do I really own it?
It's a matter of time before they go, I'm going to yank that off the server.
Right.
And that's the like, ugh part of it all.
Yeah, that's the uncertainty of it. So I'll keep buying my DVDs and my Blu-rays and stuff like that.
I
So
also too like obviously I know I can go to the internet and just buy it, but like I like the thrill of the hunt of finding stuff out in the wild. I always have. Like it's just it makes stuff fun. If not, I just wouldn't leave my house.
well, I live in BFE. That hunt would take me a month to go find one thing.
That's why you got to put on your commando makeup.
That usually gets the law called.
That's when Jackie's like, "What are you doing?" I'm going to go find season 3 of Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt season 3 has eluded me for long enough. I must make my trek, woman. Pack thine sandwich for me, and stuff like that. And I go hunt season 3.
Child, if I don't come back, you will inherit Tales from the Crypt season 1 and 2.
That's right. Don't let the chase of season 3 destroy you like it has me, son. Don't let it tear you apart.
When you become of age, you must avenge me in the hunt for season 3 of Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Nah, but I mean, the story's pretty simple in this movie. It's a protector of the final key to basically unlock the gates of hell.
That's what's
give or
so
take.
annoying that we get Bordella of Blood next because like the lore to this movie, there's a lot here. You could have went a prequel route. You could have, like there was some cool stuff here of like this vial containing Jesus's blood and that these demon knights have to then protect from actual demons. Like it's a cool concept, we're comic book readers. This is exactly what we read. This is what we get like stupid for.
Yeah, because Tales from the Crypt was a comic, so it fits. I don't want to burst your bubble because I do agree with you, but Tales from the Crypt is always and forever will be an anthology, which means once one story is done, another story starts.
And that is true. And I think the original plan was each 3 would have a separate
they were not supposed to
story.
They were not supposed to tie to each other at all. It's the only connecting thread ever is the Crypt Keeper telling stories. Which is why basically everyone starts with him opening up the comic and this is Demon Knight, and that's how it starts. Danny's even reading Tales from the Crypt comics in the attic when they find him later in the movie.
Did you notice how much like Cellar Dweller that was starting to pull off?
Oh, a ton.
As stuff was happening in the comic, it's happening in real life. I was like, I see you.
I adored that, man. Like, honestly, Cellar Dweller totally could have been like an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, without a doubt. And that's one of the fun games of like when you're watching something like this or, watching something of similar vein going, oh, that could have been a Tales from the Crypt episode. Oh, I kind of see what you did there.
I think we even said that. I can't remember. And it really sounds like something like Cellar Dweller truly should have been an episode of Tales from the Crypt. I mean, I really believe it. There's so many like of these stories that they've done, but we got it in a movie form, which is what I was super excited even at, 15, 16 years old of going, oh, man, we're getting, because it was on HBO. It had boobs. It had bloody deaths. It had everything that we usually only get in movie form. But then we're like, oh, we're getting a feature-length Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, instead of us getting, 45 minutes to an hour, we're now getting a full movie length. And, like, this movie delivers on boobs, eye gougings, decapitations, green blood, Billy Zane with a sponge in his mouth.
I love that was his idea.
Yeah.
Like,
nope. Can't ignite the blood feud. Can't ignite it.
Why would you? That was brilliant. I don't know why you would ignite the blood feud. You're not expecting it when it happens.
No, you're not. It's one of those things when it happens, it's so ridiculous.
But it works. It works with the tone of what he's doing.
It definitely does.
his whole interaction with Roach, with Thomas Hayden Church, is quite possibly my favorite interaction in the entire movie. This whole thing of want to make a deal. He's very what you expect, like the deal with the devil kind of feeling.
Suave, would be. You really do believe that he is on your side, and then with the reveal of like, yeah, I lied.
Yeah, He's like, "Hey man, can you make sure you kill Breaker first? I hate that guy." He's like, "Nope, no problem, Mister." He keeps calling him like Mr. Roach, which
Yeah.
is even better. It's like, "Hey, you guys are doing a great job." He goes, "I really don't care about this end of the world and apocalypse stuff. I got hemorrhoids." Like, what kind of line is that? But I love it. I love it. And he gets all the way down the steps, and then it's oh, hey, by the way, I lied. It's just matter of factly.
Those demons, they tear them apart like you would see in a zombie movie. You just have like the blood spray.
Oh, that was a Romero kill right there,
Yeah,
man. When they tear
definitely.
Roach apart, and Billy Zane starts like humming and singing as he goes up the steps, and then starts peeking around the corners. Look, hello, where is everyone? Where is everybody? Just this. His character is so. I don't know what the right word is. Like, there's moments he's suave, there's moments he's manic, there's moments where he is the absolute comedy relief of this movie.
Oh, he's William Sadler is a hard ass, a badass in this movie.
He's the straight man. He is.
Yeah,
he's
it's
more
one of
tortured
those-
than anyone in this movie.
Oh,
because
for sure. Being a
you
World War
find out
One.
he's like, I think the math worked out to be like in his 80s, if not maybe knocking on 90s.
Yeah, something like that. Because
From
he fought in World War
95,
One,
World War One.
But that's one of the, I guess, issues I have with the movie is we don't get that final fight between Billy Zane and William Sadler. It's done through Danny being possessed, and that possession is great. Like we talked about with the tongue and everything.
Yeah,
it's just like, God, if I could have gotten one more like fisticuff between those two.
But I think that was the whole point. Is so from what I get from the movie is William Sadler was drawn there. He even mentions it. He does say, "I thought we'd be safe because there wasn't 7 of us, but then everyone shows up." But later on, he's like, I was meant to be here. So it's kind of like this thing of finding the next demon knight.
Yeah, no, like the passing of the torch.
Exactly.
The passing of the blood.
Because there was something else I was reading where they were like, well, I can't think of her name, but CH, where she had her arm ripped off, and the other deputy, had they been the survivor, that technically would make them the demon knight. But I'm like, no, I think it's deeper than that. I think it was always going to be, what was her name in this?
Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Geraldine. I was like, I'm terrible at pronouncing names, so
I knew it was weird and unique. So Geraldine was always it, because that's the moment when he dips the blood on her to see if she's possessed, because she resisted the deal with the collector, which also CH did, and the deputy, we assume, did, because they're still alive. But she takes the blood off of her hand and puts it on the windowsill, and it does the seal. So I take that as a sign that she was the demon knight. Like, this is gonna have to be the passing of the torch, and William Sadler knows it, because the blood's empty in the key. He's like, we only have enough blood for one more opening, and there's only one way to refill the vial, and that's what protects the vial from the demons, is the blood inside. They can't actually touch the key. That's why they're carrying around the box. So that's how I've always interpreted it.
Oh no, definitely. Even Sadler's character makes a comment when they're like, "Oh, this has got the blood of Christ in it." He's like, "Well, it did. I mean, it's still kind of in there, but it's been passed along so much over the years. What counts is having just that little bit in there and keeping it filled."
It never bothered me that he didn't get the final fight, because I believe every new demon knight, they don't get the final fight. The final fight is them dying and passing it on to the person that will destroy that particular collector. This is a thing that's going to go on for perpetuity. New demon knight, new collector, new demon knight, new collector.
Yeah, back and forth. And like, because she seals the window, then we get Danny pushed through that window and that amazing another demon exploding.
That was even better than the normal demon going through. And again, fantastic makeup effects on everyone that does the possessions and stuff like that.
And
You know,
it leads to our final confrontation between her and Billy Zane.
mhm.
And just the fact that she covers herself in blood and the way that he handles it is brutal. Like,
yeah,
oh my God, dude.
it's violent. You're already like, what is happening? Like, she's covered in blood. As the
Yeah,
viewer,
she's
you're
covered
like,
herself
oh,
head to toe in blood.
yeah. He's like, oh, okay, I see what she
Which
did.
is brilliant because it's like,
I-
now you're untouchable.
I thought it was smart. It was a smart play. And she goes downstairs, and I think it just shows the cunning of the collector where Billy Zane has the shower curtain, wraps her up in it, and then washes her on top of the
tub.
On top of the dead body of the sheriff.
And then
Like,
just
they call back. I love
turning that water on and then like just washing her.
Washing her. Although I have to say, what's in that water? Because it took those blood stains out of her underwear immediately.
It took out the shirt, everything. Like it was really
They were back
good
to
water.
white. It was. I don't know if that town's water is blessed or what they got in there, but her clothes were white, and that was quite impressive.
They should have at least been a little bit pink. All right, with how much blood was on her. But
she
while
gets
that's going on, she gets that final swig of the blood.
Yeah, blood in your mouth, man. Think about that.
And she has to hold on to it for like 5 minutes because like he drags her ass down the stairs while in that shower curtain. You just see her head go boop, boop,
yeah,
boop.
I watched it again last night really close. Like I backed it up, and I'm like, did they get like a really good mannequin dummy and do that? Because it looks like her, and they're solid thuds on the stairs.
Just the conversation that he's having aloud to himself. Like oh my God, Billy Zane's so cool.
He carries this movie, man. He is, when he's on screen, it doesn't matter who else is on there with him or no one. He commands this movie. He's wooing her. He's trying to, he's like, I'm sure you're kind of worried that you're going to look ugly like everyone else has, apparently. You know how that goes, but it'll be okay. We can make it work. We can make it work. He never like says that I can make you beautiful forever. He's always got like this underlying, like almost like backhanded plan. He'll tell you one thing, but give you another, that whole thing about the devil and Satan and demons and all this other stuff. They'll promise you one thing, but give you another. And this whole time he's talking to her, you're still thinking that like, yeah, that's not going to happen. We're talking about the destruction of humankind if you give him that.
Oh, I was convinced. I was like, well, this is Tales from the Crypt. He wins. Like that shower curtain move was a power move.
Yeah.
And no, there's no way. If it was me, I would have accidentally swallowed the blood and I would have started gagging. It would have really went downhill badly.
Billy Zane would have been like, did you bite your tongue? What's wrong with you? Why are you bleeding so much?
Yeah. Did you seriously try to swallow the blood? Oh, come on.
Gargling. Nate actually suffocates himself on blood before Billy Zane gets to kill him. Billy Zane's like, now I got to bring him back to life just to kill him the way I wanted to.
Before Billy Zane marries me, because I think that was also his other intention.
That's what I mean. Like he was like trying to woo her, but it was just, he never like would come out and say like, I'll keep you beautiful forever or shit like that. It was just very underhanded way he would say things to her. And then, Fire Dick Demon comes flying out.
Oh my God,
head.
Fire Dick Demon.
That's totally unexpected. And then, she spits the blood in his face, and this is a great practical effect.
Gooey, melting Billy Zane.
Like literally face melting and then bursts into flames. And then End of Days shows up at the end of this movie.
Yes, you're not wrong.
I know this predates it, but damn it if that's not almost identical to the End of Days devil at the end of Arnold's movie, which I was like, oh, okay, everyone's watching their own movies. I appreciate this. I'm there for it. But to find out that almost didn't make it into the movie. Like he almost was just a floating head.
Which would have been so weird.
It would, yeah. You would have had this amazing movie with a shit ending. and it would have killed it. What do you remember from movies? The ending. And no matter how good the movie is, if the ending's good, you're golden. And a floating head flame Billy Zane.
No, not at all. Not what you do.
I like exploding devil demon.
Yeah.
That she would not have survived that explosion. That entire hotel blows up. And she's fine. I gotta go get more blood out of Breaker.
When we do have the outside shot, it is like a really cool miniature. You know, you just have that appreciation of like, yep, a miniature just got blown up. Cool.
Yep. Cool blue flames. You know, they try to do the extra colors in it and everything. And, you know, she goes and reloads blood up on, you know, from Breaker and puts it in the key, man. You know, she's on her journey now. And we get the, to me, I don't know if I would have had the thought to protect the bus entry. You know what I mean? Like, I would have figured that collector was done.
You would have thought like, well, we did it.
Yeah. Well, you know, handshakes all around, everyone. We're good. We got this.
Good job, everyone.
Got on the bus and left, and then dude
demons attack the bus, and you go,
right?
I should have maybe. Okay, that's on me.
Yeah, that's my bad. Also, like, how much blood is just enough to cover an opening? Because there's a couple times he pours quite a bit on a small opening.
I feel like for the most part, you just need just a little, not
That's
much.
what I was thinking. I'd really be measuring that stuff out. Like, I'd have a little like dropper with me, and I'd be like, no, this takes a very precise amount of blood. We don't want to waste it. It's the blood of Christ, you know, and I'd be like administering it very sparingly because that's all that's keeping the demons away from it. that is all. The little tattoo of stars, when it comes all the way around your hand, you better have, you know, it's like a video game. You got to re-up that life. I'd be digging Breaker up.
Yeah.
Hey man, you got a little bit more blood?
I need a little bit more juice. I
need to refill this. Can you put your own blood in it? There's a good question.
That's a good question. Am I allowed to get a second one? Like, you know, Goodwill always has some pretty cool, you know, vials.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there was only 7 and they had 6. So unless it got thrown out on a yard sale or something Satan didn't know about.
That could happen.
I believe
it.
Yeah, I really could. All right, man. Well, that's Demon Night.
We did it.
I love Demon Night. Everyone should watch this movie.
I'm glad you recommended it to me.
I didn't know this was your first time watching this.
I didn't know either. I literally thought I'd saw it until I started going through it going, nope. This has definitely not been watched before.
I have to say, because of this movie is why I have always questioned your disdain for Billy Zane. Like, seriously, I'm like, the collector from Demon Night you have a blood feud with? How is that possible?
Well, I'm glad that we finally ended it.
Demon Night has mended bridges. Billy Zane has been, what do you call it?
A lucky son of a bitch that gets out of this unscathed.
I don't know, but there was a word I was trying to think.
Oh,
Billy Zane has been absolved of all wrongdoing.
Oh, you know, that is a good word. That is.
Yep. You like that word?
Felt more threatening, and like I was still trying to push the blood feud.
Gotta let it go, man. It's all Jai Courtney.
Gotta let it go. God,
it's all Jai Courtney. Well, speaking of blood feuds, let's do our Raining Blood. So this one was interesting. Why do people insist on counting demons and dead bodies laying around in movies as part of the kill count? It doesn't. So I had to do math, and I hate math I hate math. There was literally someone counting the 3 people crucified in the flashback.
That doesn't count.
I was like, that doesn't count. There's only one kill I counted in the flashback, and that was Breaker getting the blood from the other Demon Knight guy.
Because we actively watched that man die.
We did. I don't count the Nazi soldier that he blows up shooting him. It doesn't count. That's a demon. They don't count. And I didn't see the guy before he was possessed. So that is how that works. But there's 12. 12.
Which is pretty respectable when you think about, you know, this being a one location movie. It does a great thing. Like, I know whenever I watch a horror movie and we are set in one location, and you have like 6 main characters or 6 characters in the party, it's
Mhm.
like, all right, I know I'm at least going to have 5 people die.
Yeah.
Right out the gate, you know?
Yeah.
And then they
This-
always add in like 2 people that were traveling to the cabin or, you know, somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like those ones get killed, you know, they kind of add in the auxiliary
Yeah.
people. This one does a really neat job of like putting a bunch of people that I do actually like am rooting for to
Mhm.
succeed, you know, and dispatches them very nicely.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, really, the only character I was looking forward to the death of was Roach. Like everyone else, I actually liked. I liked the character of Roach,
And that's something
you
I
know,
feel
but-
like how do I put this? Like not like a lower budget modern horror movie will do the same exact trope of like, all right, we'll put our 6 people and we'll put them in a death spa. I'm only saying that because I really want to talk about death spa at some point. But it'll make those 6 characters the most asshole characters on the planet. You hate every single one of them. You don't care if any of them live. And it's like, well, no, that's kind of the charm of all these movies of the past was I cared about these characters.
This is a Hellraiser 2022 issue. If I don't care about the characters, their deaths have no impact on me.
So many modern like independent like directors like miss that point sometimes of just like, oh, like no, I want to like the
I
characters.
need to like the characters, not all of them,
No.
but I need to like.
You can
a
have your
good-
Franklins, all right, from Texas Chainsaw.
You
Like,
can have your Franklins. You can have your Roaches. You can have the
you
guy
have
that
one
you.
guy, but if you make all 6 or 8 of your characters that one guy, it's like, oh, I don't care now.
Yeah,
You know,
like
you're losing the impact.
I'm sympathetic to like Cordelia. She's just stuck in a situation. I didn't want to see her die. The guy that's in love with her, can't think of his name.
Postman.
Yeah, the postman. I like how I am Wally. I like how I'm sympathetic for him, but then there's a whole story arc with him at the end of the movie having the postal, you know, guns and grenades, which was a big thing in the 90s for those of you that weren't around in the 90s. A lot of postmen were pissed off a lot of the times. That was a thing.
Whole plot line of falling down.
I mean,
well, he wasn't a postman, but
no,
like,
he wasn't a postman.
He went
he
postal.
was just he went post. That's where the term comes from. Seriously, that's where the term comes from. There was a time in our history when postmen were pissed off.
It's all because
and
of
this
Newman.
is Newman.
Newman.
So, no, yeah, I have to care about the characters to care about their death. Otherwise, it's just, oh, that was a cool blood squib, or oh, his head got ripped off. Ha ha
Yeah.
ha. I don't care. You know, so
And if you add in a bunch of auxiliary people just to get mowed down like Texas Chainsaw 2022 does in the bus, and it's like, all right, you literally just did this just to do blood. It's cool, but there's no impact here. I hate it.
right. Unlike this one, which is we get the sheriff who is, you know, added, and then you have the two, the mother and father that run the diner. They're thrown in as fodder for death, but it works. That's exactly what their job was. They've established them early on. Then we get the payoff midway through the movie. Totally fine with that. But
perfectly fine.
Speaking of kills, man, let's do our thing.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
So should I go first because it is your birthday?
Yeah, you go first. It's my birthday.
Oh, dude, it's Meat Puppet. That first one, it's too good of a kill.
Same.
Having that
That's
head
fine.
go through the back of the skull and then having it dragged around only to end up being decapitated.
That's mine. We're samesies.
Nice.
And
That is the kill of the week.
It's kill of the week, and he throws it like that. That head becomes a projectile. Like it's not just punch through the head, pull his arm out, body falls down. This goes on throughout the entire segment, and I adore
it's
it, man.
hysterical. It's slapsticky.
Yep, but it sets the tone. And this is not disparaging to anything else. The rest of the movie kills are amazing. Roach's death, zombie-esque, amazing. Cordelia getting her eyeballs blown out of her head, amazing. But this one starts everything off. It tells you what you're in for. And it's honestly a very unique kill because of how he just keeps using the head in the fight, which I
Yeah.
just adore. It was just so much fun. So, all right. Well, I don't think it's too hard for people to guess what this is going to be, but let's rate this bad boy.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Whew.
Nate, first time watching it, brother.
Oof. This has been difficult for me because there was some sluggish parts. We didn't really talk about it, but there was moments where like I wasn't fully invested, I guess, of what's going on.
What
just
were they?
in between. I don't
we got a
even
couple
remember.
minutes.
That's the thing.
Was it the flashbacks?
No, it wasn't the flashbacks. I think it was maybe him telling the stories of the flashbacks, like that kind of dialogue in between. It was when you would have moments of like, I need some action going on again. Like
Those were like 2 minutes tops sometimes between.
Bad mindset.
I understand.
Not good.
I understand because to me, this movie's super fast paced.
No, it comes in a brisk hour and a half.
Yeah, this is a
doesn't
tight,
overstay its welcome whatsoever.
Like 92 minutes or something like that. Like this movie just gives and gets.
Right now, it's a 7.5 for me. I feel like I will be watching this again, and it'll become an 8.5, guaranteed.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
I hope so, man. That's
like I said, I was thankful I watched this movie that night because I was like, I really need something to pick my spirits up right now, and this definitely did it. So the joys of rating something and then trying to have that memory because we try not to watch these movies too far in advance because it's like, there are podcasts that watch a movie 2 to 3 times. I can't do that. I don't
have
can't
time.
do it. I just try to watch it the closer it gets to it. Sometimes I put myself in a pinch where it's like stuff's going on in my life, and between work and being active, it's like shit. Really, gotta find time to watch this movie. This one happened to fall on a really bad day, but I'm glad it did.
I'm glad there was a ray of sunshine for you with Demon Knight,
even without Sadler's butt. You know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, it would have gotten to 8.5 if Sadler's butt would have been in it, which means Die Hard 2 was a 4, but because his butt, that's why I gave it a 5.
Why'd you have to dig that back up?
What are you gonna do? Drive back up here?
I would.
So what are you giving this?
As
Masters
I said,
Universe was a 10.
That was like 12-year-old Charlie.
So now we've now 4 years later, Charlie has evolved from
this is
swords
16-year-old Charlie.
Guns, boobs, and blood.
It's a good move.
It's a good move, Charlie.
moving on up in the world. I know what the movie is. I know what it's not. It is one of my top 5 favorite horror movies. But I'm going to give it a 9. This still has a huge enjoyment factor for me. Even I think I would still have it even without the big nostalgia, attraction I have with this movie. Is this delivers on every checkbox I could possibly come up with.
I want a sequel. This kind of movie's hard to describe, but it's like I know it's what I want out of movies.
Yeah. No, I would totally be down for a sequel. This is one of those I hope they never ever try to remake. I want Tales from the Crypt back. I want my show back. I want the Crypt Keeper back. John Kassir is iconic for that voice of the Crypt Keeper. This is that is such a huge part of my childhood is the Crypt Keeper. Even when I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies, I knew who the Crypt Keeper was.
Because of that cartoon,
It was the cartoon. I knew the laugh. There was toys of the Crypt Keeper.
That Danny Elfman theme song.
Danny Elfman is a huge part of our childhood, man. People need to realize Danny Elfman's known more than just cartoon sitcoms.
When I had such a big smile just hearing that theme song start out. Because, man, if there's not like a Halloween party where you don't have a playlist with that theme song on it, you're doing your Halloween party wrong.
I was watching it and I was like, I could do an entire episode on the opening of Tales from the Crypt. Like, I could break down everything you see, like even going through the gates with the Jabberwocky over top of it, going through the house, going through the door, the way the camera pans around the entire room, the whole set dressing to the coffin with Crypt Keeper jumping out of it. I could make an episode out of that by itself.
And that's why we got to do some Tales from the Crypt episodes, I think, over on YouTube.
I'm totally down, man. Well, I didn't let you do it on my He-Man episode for reasons, but I will let you do it on Tales from the Crypt. Why don't you hit me with some trash opinions?
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I bash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
All right. You ready for this?
No, but go ahead.
Oh, picture this. The year is 1999.
Ooh.
A person has access to the internet and wants to write a review.
Mm-hmm.
That person, their name, I'm Castor Troy.
Really?
He found time to write a review.
Castor Troy wrote a review about Demon Knight.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy.
I want to take his face off.
I hope 2023 is the year we do Face Off.
Yeah, very strong possibility. We do.
I mean, we got to have at least one John Woo every year. So
you do realize, though, that means we're doing also a John Travolta movie.
I'll allow it.
While it is Nick Cage and a good 90s and a John Woo, you still have to watch a John Travolta movie.
I really dig that Travolta movie.
Okay. Just wanted to get that out there. I didn't need a blood feud 2 times in this year. Just Jai Courtney. All right, hit me, Castor Troy.
1 out of 10. Called it awful. This is one of the worst movies I have ever seen. I am a huge horror film buff, but this movie falls up more under sci-fi than anything. Billy Zane is horrible as a leading man. What? Jada Pinkett is bad as usual. Church provides some decent comic relief, but I really do not understand what Tales from the Crypt was thinking when they made this film. I don't think he got it. Castor Troy. Really? You know what? In between all the bullets flying, though, he just happened to be watching this one movie while admiring his guns.
He was losing his mind, though. Let's be fair. He was losing his mind.
He didn't know who he was.
Sci-fi.
Right? That's stupid alone.
Was it because of the green blood? What?
You know what? I want to cheer you up, though. I love when I'm doing my research, my rigorous research for trash opinions.
Mm.
And this is one of the movies where it was actually hard to find a bad review.
As well it should be.
It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I really enjoy it. So this was one of the ones where there's only one star review I could find.
I pick bangers, especially for my birthday, man.
You do.
I don't mess around. There's a reason we do this show. There's a reason we are who we are.
One could say we are professionals.
We are professionals. And especially when it's the professional's birthday, I pull out all the stops and I give us Demon Knight. And yeah, what else can we say about this movie?
Chef's kiss.
It is a chef's kiss. Castor Troy is high on painkillers, and don't ever listen to that guy.
I don't even know which Castor Troy it was, though. That's the thing.
That's true. Could have been either one. It could have been John Travolta looking Castor Troy, or it could have been John Travolta acting like Castor, or Nick Cage not being. I don't know. That movie's very confusing.
Should have got a sequel to Face Off.
Face Off again?
There, nailed it.
Nailed it. Face Off again. All right. Well, we've covered Demon Knight, man. I love this movie. Again, it's high up on my recommendations for people to watch. This one usually gets brought up quite a bit if someone's like, tell me a good horror movie to watch. Well, it's like, while Deadly Spawn, I've probably pushed that movie like 2 or 3 times this week. Demon Knight's way up there as well. And my love for these kind of movies will never go away. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if I've introduced Anthony to this movie yet. So that might be this year. He's 16. So it may be time for some Demon Night.
The passing of the torch. That way, when he has to hunt down season 3, he's well prepared.
I know. It's almost like I should let him watch a couple episodes of Tales from the Crypt before I drop his ass right into Demon Night. I almost should let him watch Bordello of Blood, but that has just as much boobs and sex jokes in it as this one does, if not maybe more. Oh, poor Bordello of Blood. That movie is fun once you get past the point that it's not a good movie. It's just a good, gory, bloody movie that's not good.
Remove Dennis Miller and put William Sadler in that same role.
It doesn't work. No. I don't even remember who the preacher guy was in that. That was some other
I don't remember
guy. I just know it was the Erica girl from Under Siege, the Miss July.
Is it Miss July or Miss January?
Miss July.
Miss July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you never remember that?
I get my J months mixed up all the time. There's too many of them.
There is too many of them. You and your J's.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. We ready to close this bad boy out?
Don't forget to cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's.
Lowercase J's. Still on that JK. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking this out on my second and final birthday episode for January.
You made it through your birthday month.
And birthday month has been made through. I am now officially 1 year older. I am the big 4-3 now. So, yay. I feel old.
Very enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
That's the word.
I'm an enthusiast.
You are an enthusiast of Tales from the Crypt.
I am. There you go. And make sure you tune in next week. It will be our big 2-year anniversary episode, our Q&A, while also talking about the Chuck Norris classic Missing in Action.
Send us questions on Instagram. Send us questions on Facebook. You still have time.
By the time they hear this, they won't, though.
They won't?
We'll have already recorded the episode.
They will?
Yeah.
How's time work?
You don't read the schedule, do you?
No, I'm not Pete. I read the schedule.
You have to look at the dates, too. I give you the dates.
This drops on the... Oh, wait. No, this drops on the 24th, and then we record on the 26th.
What? No.
Yeah, because the 17th is Masters, and then the 24th is this, and then the 26th is when we record Missing in Action, and then the 31st.
This releases on the 24th, like I said, the day after my birthday, but we record Missing in Action the 19th.
I'm glad you said that because I
So yes, Nate, there are 2 dates. There's the record date and the release date that you have to pay attention to when we do these.
You just hit it with the do.
I'll fix all that. Don't worry. Everyone will understand exactly where we're at anyway. But so yeah, please make sure you check out the anniversary special. It's going to be a lot of fun. We actually have Pete watching a Chuck Norris movie, which I'm super excited about. I'm paying for that dearly come February. I already know, so it'll be fine. And also, please, if you are not checking us out over on Facebook, we are at Give Me Back My Horror Movies and Give Me Back My Action Movies Facebook groups. We are both on Instagram under the same show names. We are on Twitter. We are on TikTok. We're on YouTube. We just did our top 5 VHS covers, which was an awesome stream. We had a lot of fun. And as you're hearing this now, Nate, you still have time to check us out on January 30th for our Crabs review.
Because that's how dates work.
Right.
You can watch us on YouTube talk about crabs.
We will talk about
a fantastic horror movie about killer crabs.
Oh, those crabs. Okay.
Yes, we got to really clarify.
We really do, don't we? I wonder if YouTube's going to have issue with my promo for that. I don't know.
Definitely check out the VHS covers. I had so much fun. That was a really fun night.
That was a blast. And it was literally the only way we could do that. Like,
yeah,
you had to do it visually. So yeah, it worked out great. We had a lot of interaction, a lot of, people in the live chat. So yeah, if you come over and watch us while we're doing it live, drop a comment in the live chat. Usually I'm able to put it right up on the screen. We like to include everybody in the talk. So
then I have also made a dedication in 2023 to have Letterboxd be updated after every single movie I watch.
Yeah, I got to remember my login for that. So I'm
So,
behind.
you just give me back my horror movies right now, and then you got give me back my action movies that Charlie will run if he can remember his login information.
Which I'm sure.
But I have created a list for every horror movie we're covering. I have created a list for every action movie we're covering. And then every movie I watch in general in 2023 will be on a separate list.
Fantastic. Yep.
Mhm.
We're trying to stay as updated as we can with all this newfangled
What's one more
technology and
social
stuff.
media?
What's one? Is Letterboxd actually a social media thing? I don't
Feels
know.
like it. I don't know.
God, I really can't keep up with all this stuff, man. It'll be fine. All right, man.
Well,
Anything
you
else we
want-
need to do?
I just thank you, everyone. Go listen to 100 Horrors. Go listen to Spoils of Horror.
That's right. We dropped our commercials.
Yep. I feel like we did it.
All right. Well, Nate.
What's the good word, Charlie?
I thought you had to do the good word, Nate.
Oh, it's your birthday, and I really want to give you the good word. It's my gift to you. All right, sir. So it's your birthday gift. What's the good word?
All right. This property is hereby condemned.
Now, let's talk about how I get back home.
Nate.
Yep.
Get that pussy off the table. I meant the cat.
Oh,